See, I drink beer. I don't study beer. I don't have time.
I ain't trying
I'd
to
rather
get.
spend my time
I
drinking
ain't
the beer.
trying to get an A in beer. I'm trying to get a B for drunk.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go again. It's time for another beer-fueled comic book discussion on comic books and cold ones. This is the Beer Podcast with a comic book problem. Like always, it's KMac, and I am here with the spookiest co-host, Dracula. That was the best I could
What's
do
up,
today.
KMac? How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. Dracula's all right. It's
It-
pretty good. Kind of a
that
cop out,
wasn't
but
too deep of a dive to get it,
no, it
but
wasn't.
it's yeah.
Yek
I
doesn't work with any of the spooky creatures that we're going to talk about today.
I I
Morby Yek. There we go.
I was gonna go with KMac Phibian or or
Yes,
KMacius, the living podcast host.
that's me, actually.
Yeah,
I am living.
exactly. That's
I'm
what I was
almost a
hoping for.
podcast host, too.
Almost a
Almost.
podcast host. You
Almost.
are a chemically induced podcast host who made himself suffer for his
Well done.
art.
Yes, that is very, very true. So it is still Beer-Tober, so we're talking more boogity books tonight.
Boogity books and
Yeah.
Beer-Tober bitches. So that's what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
rolling with. And tonight we're breaking it down for you. And we'll go over our topic here in a second, but we'll just give out our little show info for you tonight. If you like our show, you can hit us up at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at cbco_podcast, or check us out on Instagram with some pictures at comic books and cold ones, comic books_cold ones, Instagram. And do we have a shout out tonight for any of our fans out there who are loving our first episode of Boogity Books and Beer-Tober bitches this year? So
Well, let's do two shout outs. So we shouted out last time to Carlsbad, California, who downloaded the last show like there was no more downloads coming the next day. That's for sure. Tons of
like
downloads.
like he was stuck inside with zombies beating on his doors, and he's like, if I'm gonna go out listening, I'm gonna go out listening multiple times to this episode of Boogie Books and Beer-Tober bitches.
Yeah, for sure.
And do we have a second shout out, like you said?
We do have a second shout out. We have a shout out to Short Hills, New Jersey, another place we've never heard of.
What exactly is a short hill?
I'm not sure. It's the opposite of a tall hill.
So there's short hills and tall mountains. I think that's what I'm going with.
I think so. So I guess Tall Mountain, New Jersey would be the alternate universe version of Short Hills, New Jersey.
Gotcha.
And I think it was Anne Hathaway that downloaded from Short Hills, New Jersey.
Is Anne Hathaway Catwoman from Short Hills, New Jersey?
Yes. From what I can tell, according to the Wikipedias.
Has Anne Hathaway ever made a horror movie? Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. I do not ever remember her being in a horror movie.
I don't think so. She made some bad movies.
I mean, they try to make her look scary spookity in the Princess Diaries, but as we've discussed in the show, you can totally tell she's not scary spookity in the Princess Diaries.
Right. But so once she heard the last episode, she's going to go download our 12 Days of Batmas.
And then listen to us roll through her great screen credits and the Batman movies by Christopher Nolan.
And
the last one.
Didn't you smash her performance? You didn't like that,
right? I didn't smash it. I just didn't think she's the best Catwoman.
Didn't you say she was the worst Catwoman?
I thought you said no, I did not say she's the worst Catwoman.
Who was the worst Catwoman? I can't remember.
I want to say that we said the worst Catwoman was the one that barely appeared in Birds of Prey, but I don't remember.
That might.
But I did not praise her Catwoman because it doesn't bump off. I'm sorry, Anne Hathaway. I know you're from Short Hills, and you didn't have the best upfooting to get a Catwoman role in your life. You did your best.
Got there. You got there. You're playing a real world Catwoman. It's still,
that may be
still impressive.
That might be her scariest role. That's frightened me the most. It's her playing Catwoman.
Oh, that's not nice. But
I gotta hug my pillow at night and hope Anne Hathaway's Catwoman doesn't break into my house with her Catwoman ears as a cat burglar.
I don't know.
So what are we talking about?
You think that would be scary? I don't know. That probably would be something a little different than scary. Right?
this is true. She is a comely cat, a weird cat. Yes. So what are we talking tonight?
Well,
KMac Fium.
yeah. K-Mac Phibian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
KMac Fibian.
We're gonna talk some Marvel comic books, Legion of Monsters. So Marvel's put out a lot of books featuring your favorite monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, Werewolf by Night, The Living Mummy, Amphibian, of course, and several others. They even teamed them up in a book called
Into a
Legion,
Legion of Monsters.
into a Legion of Monsters. Yes, which we didn't do a Legion of Monsters draft a few months ago. We did a Legion of Doom draft, but we could have done a Legion of Monsters draft. Would have been much shorter show, but
Shh, don't ruin next year.
next Halloween. So we're going to be going through just a bunch of books that are featuring those characters. May also hit on some Elsa Bloodstone if time permits. But yeah,
basically, we're just going to drink beers and talk monsters. And everybody out
sure.
there is welcome to listen along as we break down some Marvel monsters. We're not going to go into depth on maybe a lot of the original monsters, but on the ones that actually make the team of Legion of Monsters. And we're going to spoogity the spook out of you tonight talking about these monsters in a rip-roaring good time for your Halloween enjoyment.
Yeah, so grab beer if you're not driving, drink along and listen along.
If you're not in a coffin.
If you're not in a coffin, yes. If you're not underwater.
Not underwater. If it's a full moon out, go ahead.
It is a full moon. There's an orange full moon tonight where I am.
You know what that's called?
It's a blood moon.
Yeah, or I think
it's called a blood moon in Florida.
A blood moon or a harvest moon or a jack-o'-lantern moon.
Yeah.
Because the man in the moon with the eyes and it looks like a jack-o'-lantern. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I do.
Face like it's a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Do you understand any of the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You're saying words right now? Are you still on that 11% beer from last time?
Not yet. I'm on to a 9% beer tonight.
Nice. What is it?
That's what I'm going to be talking about.
Segue.
So to break the beers out, I am drinking from Blue Mountain's Barrel House series. Blue Mountain being a brewery in Virginia, but it doesn't say on the bottle right away. From Nelson County, Virginia, Arrington. I am drinking a beer called Spooky, with a little ghosty on it.
It's appropriate.
Yeah, bourbon barrel aged beer. It's an ale brewed with real pumpkin puree and cocoa nips.
You went pumpkin?
This is the closest I'll ever get to pumpkin since it's been drowned in heavy Kentucky bourbon or bourbon barrels. So I'm interested in trying this. I was pumped to get it, and because it's coming in at 8.2%. Oh, this one has 22 IBUs, and this is my favorite part. We don't usually get to say this, kids, on this show, but it has a 19.5 degrees Plato original gravity.
Nice. What the heck does that mean?
That's like the viscosity in the beer, the thickness of it.
Oh, interesting. So you could put that in a car, right?
Yeah. And it's spooky. Boo. Has there ever been a better feeling than when you were a kid spiriting around the neighborhood in a white sheet with a bucket of candy bars? No, not really, but we figured if you loaded up with an Imperial Pumpkin Ale with natural chocolate flavor from cocoa nips and stuck it in a bourbon barrel for a few minutes, it might come pretty close.
Nice.
Spooky.
Have you been to that brewery?
I have not. It's out in the hills. Not the short
away?
hills, but the actual proper mountains, the short mountains nearby. So I may need to take a trip sometime. I've had a couple beers from them. They're solid.
Nice. So for tonight's show, I am drinking a beer from Big Storm Brewing Company. I've had a few beers from them. They're actually like right up the road from me. It's called Oktoberfest because we're going to have Monster Party tonight. And the best beer for that kind of thing is an Oktoberfest beer. This is you're going to have to probably explain to me what this means. It's a Marzen lager.
Marzen
lager from
Germany. Yeah. So for those people out there in Beerland who do not know beer things, the Marzens
I drink beer. I don't study beer. I don't have time.
I'd
rather spend my time drinking the beer.
I'm trying to get an A in beer. I'm trying to get a D for drunk.
Hell yeah.
No, so in Germany, Marzens were the first beers brewed. The first beers brewed at the beginning of the year under the German purity law, since they were not allowed to use the grains over the winter because they were supposed to save them for food, and they had brewed in Marz or Märzen, Märzen, so it's the March beer, and so it's the first beer
Oh,
they brew of the year, and so it's consumed
sneaky.
at harvest time. Corollarily, the first beer you drink in spring is a Maibach, which is the last beer that they make in the year,
Oh,
but it's brewed
interesting.
in October usually, early
You are
October.
getting an A in beer, my friend.
I won't get one being drunk when I open
Yeah.
this beer though at 8 point something percent.
Yeah. So this beer, this Oktoberfest, was named the overall winner for 2016 in the Best Florida Beer Competition. So it won the best beer in the state.
With all them Germans
In
rifling
Florida. Oh
around
yeah.
Florida.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So it is a seasonal limited release. It has an ABV of 6, 22 IBUs, matches
That's pretty
yours.
high percent for Americans. Usually they're lesser than that. So
And of course it has the malty flavor. So it says. And it
yes,
has a
that's what
good
they're
rating.
known
So
for. This time of year, it turns over to the maltiness and the goodness and the less hoppiness and what else? The Boogity books and
yeah.
Beer-Tober. So, oh, I'm pumped.
Ooh, foamy.
So mine's pouring. Nice little head. Not
Yeah, mine
completely
too.
jet black, more ale brown.
Look at your fancy glass.
It is my Duvel glass from when I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, and the brewery there. Oh, what's the name? Omagong. They had just gotten bought out by the Belgians, and so they had the Duvel glasses, and I had my tulip glass from there,
Sweet.
so I can drink my fancy ales. Spooky. All right, cheers.
That's good. Cheers. Oh, that's pretty good. Sweet and malty.
Tasty. Yeah, this one
Mm-hmm.
you don't taste the pumpkin really.
Well, that's
You don't
good.
taste the chocolate. You just taste pretty solid ale. Then you taste the barrel aging a little bit. It's got the lightness and the sting of the acid from the barrels that I like.
Nice.
Tasty because it gets me wanting to talk about some monsters. And where are we starting off first, KMac?
Well, I think we'll start off at the very beginning with the Marvel's Legion of Monsters from 1975. So, Legion of Monsters, let's do it.
September 1975. So Marvel had already dipped its toes into the monster wars that were coming out between them and DC, producing horror books. And instead of making the really, really spooky, scary stories that DC was telling, they went more traditional route and went to go tell stories regarding regular movie monsters that we'd all known. And they were coming out in the Hammer films at the time, namely Dracula and Frankenstein, as well as Werewolf by Night. But this series, for some reason, there was a prestige kind of format, black and white, that they put out that had a Frankenstein story, a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula in graphic format, and the first appearance of their own created monster by the name of Manphibian.
Yeah, it
So,
was really, really nice book that they put together here, and there's some really good talent working on these stories.
yes.
Doug Mensch did the Frankenstein story. Marv Wolfman did the Manphibian story. Roy Thomas did the rewriting of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I didn't even really like redo the good part though of that story. They right
Not at all.
yeah, it was like, okay, that was an interesting choice, but it was, it was really interesting to see a lot of these in comic book format. What I noticed too is that like the monsters were really the humans who were treating the monsters badly in several of
What?
them. Yeah, I know.
Shut
They
your
were really
mouth. What are you
oh,
talking about?
like
Deconstructionist 1970s literature.
I know, I know. I mean, like Frankenstein didn't have a chance against Loki in that story. Let me tell you, Loki just fooled the shit out of him,
Yes, he did.
and everyone hated Frankenstein after that.
So yeah, the Frankenstein story out there. Frankenstein, for some reasons, in the modern times, and he ends up at a Halloween party and
He's
ends
just
up,
living in the alleys and the gutters of some
yes,
city.
he ends up going to a Halloween party. No one realizes he's Frankenstein because it's Halloween, and he ends up supposedly involved in a murder that he didn't do. And you got to read it, and it's a pretty decent story. It's probably the best of the stories,
Yeah, I think so
just
too.
because it's kind of original and yeah. off the
Frankenstein
coffin.
also gets smashed, so
Yeah.
he also loves the cold ones.
And he also does trash a human being.
He
Garth.
is, yeah. Oh, he does. He smashing and trashing. That's what that was.
Indeed he
That
does.
was him. Yeah. Ugh.
But all these are more serious tone monsters. Like they're really trying to sell the horror. And the amphibian story is people are drilling in his amphibian hole in the ocean, and he gets upset.
Yeah.
And he comes
He's
out.
living in that oil well.
Yes.
But
And
there
he
was
kills.
weird. There were two amphibians, right,
Yes.
in that story. I didn't. Did that make any sense or no?
It doesn't. It's not really supposed to make sense. I don't think it's supposed to be. One
Success 10.
amphibian.
They did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And as far as I know, the amphibian that kills the evil amphibian that doesn't like humans, I assume that's the amphibian that we read about later in these stories.
Oh, okay.
And
Because the
who was
good
who?
amphibian is the one that's on all the super monster teams later.
I assume so. He never speaks in these stories, so we can't confirm this.
Oh, that's true.
He
But he
doesn't carry a
thinks.
card.
He has like thought captions though, doesn't he? Like
I don't
isn't he
remember
the
having
narrative
thoughts
thinker in that? I thought he was.
Yeah. All right. What was the pitch team like though? Coming up with the name for him. Frogman, Froggy,
Namor.
No, it'd be more Namorg.
Namorg, yeah.
Fromor. Because he kind of
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad and his wild oil ride.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been. Manphibian. That's what won out.
That's a cool name. I like that. I think that's pretty original. Yeah. They did a good job with that. That's all Marv Wolfman.
The abominable Dr. Manfibs.
Marv Wolfman just wanted to name him Wolfman.
Yeah.
Well, he's from underwater, Marv. We can't name him Wolfman.
Well, how did he get through the pitch meeting without being like, "You're gonna tell a werewolf story, Wolfman"? Wolf.
But I have this idea about Frogor.
No. You're gonna tell a werewolf. No. I got this one.
I want to call him Guy Fibian.
The humorist. The Dudemander.
Todd Pole.
That would be that's Amphibian's real name.
That's his real
name.
They
say
Todd
it's
Pole.
Unknown, but it is Todd Pole.
It has to be, right?
If Stanley got a hold of this, he would have written in Todd Pole as his name.
Yeah, like what's the Vanisher's real name? Like
Telford Porter.
Telford Porter, yeah.
So you know for a fact. Because we do get to a monster in the next appearance of the Marvel premiere number 28 of the next round of Legion of Monsters when we get to Werewolf by Night and his name, which is also on the nose.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, but as far as this Legion of Monsters, yeah, I don't know why this was called Legion of Monsters other than they just needed to put a title in the book. But that title gets carried on over.
It's a cool, I think it's a cool title and a cool name. It really, you're getting a Legion of Monsters. They are Legion, right?
But they don't actually they don't reform the Legion
until
we get to Marvel. Until we get to Marvel premiere number 28 in September 1976. But the month before that, in Marvel premiere number 27, we get a Satana story. Satana story.
You're so smart.
It's wrong in the notes. It's Satana.
Man, she plays a mean guitar.
She does. She's from Spanish Harlem. But Satana story.
I saw her do the national anthem at a Golden State Warriors game on TV once. It was great.
But you get a nice little Satana story before this, which they're still trying to push these monster stories. And Satana is the daughter of Satan, brother of Damien Hellstorm, and she don't give a fuck. She just likes to suck souls, and she makes an appearance later on in the Legion Monster story. Yeah. But this one was written by Chris Claremont.
She's a
succubus.
Succubus, that's right.
Succubus. I don't know if that means she sucks on buses or or what?
That can be dangerous.
Well, they do put out. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's one of them natural gas buses or one of the electric ones. They're not as bad as
That's true. The
the diesel
exhaust is
buses.
very
Yeah, much cleaner exhaust. Or one of them helium burning buses, or not helium burning, but hydrogen buses they got out there. It's a lot cleaner. But this story was done by Chris Claremont. I don't know what else he wrote, but
Yeah. Yeah, little known. I mean, so this was early on in his career too, so he must have just come over to Marvel. Like at that time, you could just walk in the door and get a job and say you wanted to write something, and they'd
he's
give it
like,
to you.
I want to write a Satana story. And they're like, Marvel premiere number 27. Here you go. It is a
It's all
decent
yours.
story. It's a decent story of her rescuing a witch who turns out to be the embodiment of a demon that trained her in hell to fight, and she beats him and then sucks people dry. So, but the more interesting thing, it's the penciler on this story is the Tribe,
Oh, huh.
and they did 3 other books, and I can't remember what the 3 other books were, but the Tribe are actually 2 pencilers, Tom DeZuniga and Sony Trinidad, but they called themselves on these 3 books they wrote the Tribe. I don't know if this is like the Alan Smitty thing when you direct a movie and you don't want your name on it. Like I don't want to be associated with this shit author Chris Claremont.
Well, we have a book later on that was drawn. Well, yeah, it was drawn by Juan Doe. Did you see that?
Yes, yes.
It was something similar. I'm like, okay, it looks like another book I've read, and I think I know who it is, but I'm not
You,
gonna put that out here. That's not fair.
you don't want when we get to it, but
Maybe, yeah.
this is a fun read if you want to read some Satana stuff because there's probably not a whole lot out there for you to read. And of course, Satana is great because she wears the succubus sexy costumes all the time in 70s Marvel style, and maybe it inspired Chris Claremont's future stories of a little lady by the name of Magdalene
Madeline
Pryor.
Pryor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Did you read the more modern version of Satana in her Legion of Monsters one shot in
Yes, when we
07?
get to the one shot going forward, yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah, I think we'll
Maybe.
get through.
All right.
But
We don't want to miss that. It's so important. So they did the Marvel premiere number 27. They got Satana out there. What did they do after that?
And
I didn't
yeah, I
read
just but yeah. In 27 also Satana bitches about her brother Damien Hellstorm and how what a stuck up sissy pants he is.
She does that in the other book too.
Multiple times, yes. And then Marvel 28, we get the actual appearance of an actual Legion of Monsters in September 1976, written by Bill Mantlo and pencils by Frank Robbins. And this is the real Legion of Monsters, tongue in cheek. They get the monsters together, and this is like the transition between being scary, spooky monsters that they want to do and more humanistic monsters. They try to bring it apart. And in this team, who's made up of this Legion of Monsters team?
Well, this is a really cool team, actually. And unfortunately, I got the reading list wrong, so I didn't read this. But like, I'm going to go over the team, and then you can tell me why they're so cool. But I like this team on paper at least better than the one in the more modern Legion of Monsters. So we have Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. We have Morbius, the living vampire, who's Michael Morbius, of course. I don't really like Morbius. I think he's annoying, but anyway.
He is annoying, and I don't know how he rated to a Jared Leto movie, but that's what he's getting.
That's right. They're making.
Oh, it's already made. It's coming out, kid.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Huh. That's an interesting choice, right? Of all the Spider-Man villains to give a solo movie to.
Well, they're making it like the Venom, so it's like not really in the Spider-Verse. Maybe it's more in the Venom-verse because it's dark and broody like that.
Did you see the new Venom?
I have not seen Let There Be Carnage yet. No.
Okay, I haven't seen it either, but my son saw it and told me about the post-credit scene. So
I haven't heard anything about it yet, and your son hasn't talked to me about it yet.
Well, I'll tell him to give you a call, or we can spoil it here for everyone.
No.
Spoiling.
Are you unless the spoiler is, which I expect it is, the 1976 Marvel premiere number 28 Legion of Monsters shows up at the end.
It does, with Morbius, yes.
And break down the rest of the team that would be showing up.
Well, Werewolf by Night is there, and his awesome name is Jack Russell, which is perfect. It makes sense for him.
One of my
Man,
favorite things, Jack Russell.
Jack
That is
Russell.
such a Stan Lee thing. Well, let's see. He's a werewolf, and what's a dog name that's like a werewolf?
Right.
Is he like
Yes. Uh,
Tommy Labrador? No, no, no. Let's see. Bill
Paul
Shelton?
Poodle.
Paul Poodle? No, no, no. Danny Doberman?
There we go. Danny Doberman. That's it.
No, 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 no more alliteration, Stanley.
Excelsior.
Get off that crap. We'll just go straight up Jack Russell Terrier on him.
We have the Man Thing, who is Dr. Theodore Ted Sallis, and then we have Starseed, who I guess is an alien named Jard.
He
Is that
is the
right?
impetus of the story, and not he is the reason all the monsters get collaborated together in LA out of nowhere from across the US. Morbius, well, Ghost Rider's already nearby in LA. Morbius is also in LA, and he gets in a fight with Werewolf by Night, who they had previously fought before, and they're in LA. And then the Man Thing gets dragged in from where? What state does he get dragged in from?
He gets dragged in from Florida. He's in Citrusville.
Yes, from
Citrusville. Hell yeah,
Citrusville,
Citrusville. Shout out
because
Citrusville.
the Starseed comes back to Earth to raise up his ancient culture and bring back a new rebirth and Messiah-like thing to bring back all the ancient technology. And the monsters get in a fight and try to kill him. And he's like, "No, no, don't kill me. I can cure all your monsterdoms." And they can't understand that because they're monsters, and they drive him away and end up killing him.
So is Starseed like Starro?
He looks just like Adam Warlock when Adam Warlock's him. So he's like
Oh,
an
okay.
all gold god kind of thing. And supposedly in ancient America, there was like a Roman Greek area that had alien technology who fought off a bunch of aliens and they went dormant. And then they make another giant mountain come out of LA all of a sudden.
That sounds like
And
Marvel.
yes, and he tries to cure all the monsters, and they don't accept it because they're monsters. And there's a big
Yeah.
collective dough at the end of it. Dough.
We could have been cured.
He could have been cured.
Yeah, that seems to happen with monsters is they don't realize that they can get out of it sometimes and then they
Well, especially these four, which are all monsters, somewhat of their own doing, to the extent that
yeah.
Ghost Rider made a pact with Zartos. Morbius turned himself into a vampire to survive. Werewolf by Night. I think that's hereditary, though. And the Man Thing turned himself
That's his
into the
fault
Man Thing.
though.
Yeah.
Blame him for his birth.
Your genes are your own damn fault.
Heck yeah. Take responsibility.
but they go dormant for a while. But this was a fun. I thought maybe they didn't. Bill Manilow's writing didn't really sell it to anybody. They didn't make any more because I thought there was more Marvel premieres of this, but there is not.
Oh, that
Unfortunately.
sounds like a really cool team. Like I said, I like the makeup of that team. I think Ghost Rider makes perfect sense to be in a Legion of Monsters team like that, especially because he has like it's a very Marvel Comics feel when he's in it, as opposed
Yes.
to the newer one where you just have monsters. You don't really have like someone who's known for being a Marvel character.
Yeah, he's the only what I would say straight continuity character. They're all continuity characters, but they come in as kind of like the Marvel occult, if I want to say. When they want to
Yeah,
do monster stories or whatever. Whereas Ghost Rider has appeared more in the mainstream,
yeah. Morbius
outside of
has too, but go ahead.
the
Sorry.
Boogity books. But yeah, Morbius kind of went away from that and became more of a monster.
Yeah, and Morbius has he has a weird continuity thing too, where he like got banished to an alien world, and then he helped like Ben Grimm learn how cosmic cubes are made and where the Beyonder was from.
to
Really
love.
weird stuff. Yes, he did. He taught him how to love another orange rock monster. So you
And
like that?
we may get a picture from one of my framed comics on my wall from Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man that has the appearance of Morbius versus Spider-Man and Human Torch.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
Cool. I don't know if
just
I
a
have
fun
any
fact.
books with Morbius in it, but I do have I have the Ghost Rider issue with the glow in the dark flaming skull.
Yes, that's a classic
That's a
from the
classic.
90s.
I'll get a picture of that with one of these beers.
Well, you better. But no, Ghost Rider is one of my favorite characters they drag back in, and I like all the recreatings that they've done with them actually, and I
You
like
like the current?
I haven't read so much the current one after the kid with the Cuda or the muscle car. I don't know the new one. There's a newer one. I know that I haven't
Oh,
read
is
yet.
there a new one? Well, there's like the Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is
Yeah, there's
Frank.
Cosmic, and then there's now a
That's
Lady Ghost
Frank
Rider.
Castle. Oh, there is?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know about that. I
that's
knew
the one
about
that's the most recent.
the kid who has the muscle car who's in the
Yeah,
Avengers.
yes. Because
But
anytime you get V8 foo, I'm all about that. So
like, yeah, Ghost riding that car.
yeah, Boogity.
Yeah, yeah, got to go fast. You know, you have to race the dead for sure.
How's your Meritzen doing?
I like it. It's about 3/4 of the way gone. It's super, like, I think I say this a lot, but it's just smooth. It's not too little malty, but not very malty. It's more sweet, I think, than malty.
You're more malty than sweet.
Well, thank you. I feel malty today. I just, you know, I just feel it. But I'm sweet too. I got some sweets. Don't take away my sweets.
You don't get that for another 2 weeks when you say trick or treat, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Woo. Do you got trick or treaters there?
Oh yeah, we get trick or treaters,
Nice.
and for some reason they don't take beers. It's because it's all I got to give. I don't got any candies. I just got hops, kids.
Hey, they just say bring these home, give them to your parents. They'll send you back.
Hand this to your folks. They'll keep coming. They'll keep sending you here.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the thing where they say trick or treat and you go, "Don't mind if I do," and you grab it out of their bag and close the door?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
How do they like that? Do they like that?
Well, I mean, I get more candy that way.
Yeah, I mean, so it's win-win, really. They get the experience and you get the candy.
And they realize that it is trick or treat, and so if you beat them to the trick, they're fucked.
Yeah, there are no guarantees in life. Like, you're not entitled to the candy. Like, if you
No,
go out
no.
and hold open your bag, it's not out of the question that someone's going to misunderstand and say, oh, thank you, you're giving me this candy. I will take it now.
Yeah, and the candy goes to the fastest hands. That's part of the rules of Halloween, the unwritten rules of Halloween.
Mm-hmm. It's what it's like. The rules of the jungle, man. You hold out your candy, you're gonna lose it.
Listen here, Ultimate Spider-Man. You better use all your Spidey skills to keep me from getting some candy.
Oh, last year
that goes for you, DCU Wonder Woman.
Last year we had Spider-Gwen, Daddy Miles Morales, and Kid Miles Morales.
Wow,
it was very impressive. I was impressed. They were huge Spider-Verse fans.
Did you open the door and just say nerds?
No, I was nerding out to them. You don't often see families dressed up in cool stuff like that. Every once in a while you get a family. Like, we had a Wizard of Oz family one year. They're really cool too.
Did they have a dog with them?
No.
Then they weren't a Wizard of Oz family. Fuck them.
Yeah, we didn't give them any candy because of that. We said,
you
"Where's
get
your dog?"
You get no Toto. If there's no rains in Africa, motherfucker, you get no get no candy as a Wizard of Oz family. Deep dive. Let's move back.
All right. We won't talk about the Weezer remake of Africa. We'll go right into the next book.
Okay. So the next thing that we kind of considered kind of Legion of Monsters, because it brings some people back in that sets up things for later, would be what? KMac.
They did a 4-issue miniseries called Bloodstone about Elsa Bloodstone inheriting the Bloodstone from her father, Ulysses Bloodstone.
And what are KMac and Yek's shared favorite Captain America story of all time?
Oh yeah, the Bloodstone Hunt, baby.
Yes.
We're gonna do a show on the Bloodstone Hunt at some point.
Because
did you own that? Do you own those somewhere?
I do. That's right when I started buying Marvel comics, specifically Captain America comics, and I owned like 1 or 2 of them. And that's right when I started. Yeah.
At one point, I had them all.
I was so pumped. Yeah.
But now I can only find one of them. I think it's part 2.
And it's the first time I had heard of the Bloodstone, and the Bloodstone's the coolest thing ever. And this is a new appearance of the Bloodstone when Ulysses has Bloodstone's estranged daughter that never knew each other, the father and daughter, comes back to his mansion in where?
Oh shit. I don't know. Well, it's in the United States. Where is it
Yes,
exactly? I don't remember.
Boston,
I thought
Massachusetts.
it. Yeah, all right, in Boston.
Boston. And she's been raised in England at some proper fancy school in England.
Right. So, and she has a British accent that kind of comes and goes a little
And
bit
this
throughout
came
this.
out in 2001, right when I believe another British relic hunter series was appearing on the big screen in a little movie called what?
Oh,
Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider. Yeah. I
Yes.
was thinking they should, like, reading this story, like, Marvel should make an Elsa Bloodstone movie. I think it would do very well.
And why would it do really well, KMac?
Well, this movie
Because
has some sex appeal for sure.
they basically just like to sell comic books, they drew a comically British lass with blonde hair in tight, skimpy tomb raiding outfits.
Right. If you've read Gen 13, she reminds me of some of the characters in Gen 13,
Yes.
like outfit wise and the way she's drawn.
Yeah, it's weird how buttons don't work in Boston, Massachusetts in 2001. Yes. And and it's surprisingly, young ladies do not need undergarments to hold up
They don't. Yeah.
support. They need no support.
Yeah. Once you're over 18, it doesn't.
Or maybe once you inherit the blood gem from a mystic alien force that imbues you with unlimited immortality and strength and the ability to hunt monsters that
And magical powers.
your tatas don't drop anymore. You don't need bras.
Well, actually, it must be hereditary too, because some of these things are occurring before she gets the Bloodstone.
Yeah,
So
and
what's the go through the background of the Bloodstone again? I don't know it.
so it's a space gem, and some alien had sent it down to choose, and it gets picked up by Ulysses. I can't remember when he gets it, but he gets it like way ancient times or whatever. Kind of like
Oh,
what
he's that
happens
old?
to I don't know. I can't remember how old he is, but his
Because
name's
I know
Ulysses for a reason.
one of the Nosferatu in this story said they fought him in the 1930s.
Yes, he's pre. Yeah, that's when he actually appears in like actual continuity because he's one of those Marvel characters. I think it was originally like not a timely one, but that kind of
Oh, like an
goes very
Atlas guy
yeah
or something.
yeah.
Interesting.
And so he gets the stone, gets immortality. He looks like Fabio, always showing his chest, just like
He
his daughter
does.
does.
Yeah. Like I think she said he looks like Fabio and the Bee
Yeah.
Gees had a child.
Yes. And that's the best part of this series is they play tongue in cheek on the fact that the artist is drawing these ladies, and they even say, "Why would I ever wear this outfit? What perv made me this outfit?"
Yeah, she said this is really pervy.
Yes.
Pervy.
And it's made by who made the outfit for her, who is the keeper of all the relics at the Bloodstone household in Boston,
Well,
Massachusetts.
it's the Frankenstein monster who's going by Adam,
Yep.
so who
Who
lives in the basement and
and
guards
wears a
all the
baseball hat.
relics. Yeah, we're
Wears a,
smiley face button.
yes. And the Lord of the house.
So the Bloodstone, like Ulysses' Bloodstone wore it on his chest, but they made her a Bloodstone choker,
Oh
which
yeah.
that I thought that was an interesting choice, but
Well, you know what's sexier than a choker?
that's yeah, I don't know, yeah, but
A, things we know. KMac Fabian doesn't know anything about fashion.
maybe
KMac
not.
doesn't KMac doesn't know anything about a bloodstone.
Well, I mean, chokers. I think like chokers were popular in like the early to mid '90s, not necessarily in 2001. But what do I know?
In your crew, were you
Yeah,
rocking a choker?
yeah. Like I didn't wear. I haven't worn a choker since the mid '90s, man. Everyone knows those are out of style.
Did your choker have like some Chinese character on it that meant like peace, love, river, mountains, small hills?
Yeah, it's Small Hills. That was mine.
Small
Yeah,
hills. It was small hills
it was
choker.
Small Hills choker.
That's what I was
This
thinking.
I just think choker's a weird choice to put the bloodstone on. Like necklace would have been cool, but I guess does it always have to be pressed against the skin or something to work? Is
Well,
that the trick with it?
like the original bloodstone has to be lodged in your body, and like becomes part of your body.
Oh, so it kind of lodged into when she put it on, and she said it
Yes.
bit her, but she always takes it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, which I don't understand because the Bloodstone you're not supposed to be able to take off. So this is a retcon. So that's the reason it
Yeah,
gets locked into Ulysses' chest.
that's bullshit. Come on. And they also list the
it's bullshit with TNA. Say
yeah,
what
well,
it is.
okay. Yeah, fair enough. But I think they could probably make a good like monster hunting movie out of this. I think that'd be fun. You know,
Yes,
it'd
and
be
they
Disney, so it'd have to be more like PG than this. But you know,
so Adam takes care of the relics, and who takes care of the house in general was the lord of the house, and
it's
Ulysses,
Charles Barnabas. He's the
which
caretaker. He's a
and was
vampire.
a vampire.
He's
which
a straight, long-haired. It looks like he's in, um, he has the hair of a heavy metal rock band guy. You know,
yes,
straight black. Um, but yeah, he's super formal. Wears his suit, and he's an ancient vampire. Apparently, we learned.
he's one of the an original, but Charles Barnabas, of course, is a knockoff for the Dark Shadows vampire Barnabas Collins.
Ah, that makes sense.
They flip around the C and the B.
Ooh,
So,
tricky. I don't know Dark Shadows, so.
but that's from the soap opera from the I believe it's the
Yep.
60s or 70s. I can't remember.
I think it's from the 70s.
Yeah, 70s, where it was set as a soap opera, but it involves a vampire as the lead character, which is amazing.
I remember in the 90s, General Hospital had like a spin off show. I think it was called Port Charles, and the main character was a vampire.
Boogity.
Boogity. Yeah, they're trying to cash in.
They did do a relaunch in the 90s also of Dark Shadows.
They did. That's right.
As a nighttime soap opera like Dallas.
Yeah, I remember that. They did a movie too with Johnny Depp, right?
Johnny Depp made it as a tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I didn't
kind of
see
like
it.
the Addams Family kind of movies. Yeah.
Addams Family Values, good movie.
Laughed my ass off.
Yeah, the one where they go to summer camp and they take over the camp.
Literally, I have no ass left anymore.
It's gone.
That's
it's all
my
gone.
monster. That's my monster characteristic. I have no ass because Addams Family Values came along, and I laughed so fucking hard.
Yeah. So even though we're doing this podcast in different cities, we have video, right? So we can see each other.
I'm showing my non-existent ass.
Yek stands up for the whole podcast because he just can't sit.
I'm a standing desk guy. Also, because I have no ass, I can't sit. Unlike Elsa Bloodstone,
the sacrifices you make, you're
Elsa
the opposite.
I don't have an ass.
Yeah.
But there's a rip roaring good time, and it gets Elsa Bloodstone, kind of an introductory thing, and we do get I think it might be my favorite of the Legion of Monsters.
Really?
The Living Mummy appears.
Really?
Yeah.
He's your favorite? Why is he your favorite?
Because he's just a fucking mummy. He's just like I'm a mummy. What's up, everybody? And people gotta hang around him. Later on, he's like, and he's a good guy. He's not like
yeah.
And his real name is Inkatu. And he kind of just got cursed being, and we get his real backstory in the one shots coming up. But yeah, he's got turned into a mummy and decided to roll with it and use it as to bring on vengeance on all the people that had wronged him or wronged other people.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty laid back guy. He's always like, okie dokie, whatever you want to do.
And in the Legion of Monsters and Frankencastle Monarch, he has some of the best one-liners.
Oh, does he? I didn't read Frankencastle, so you have to.
Well, when we get to it, when they form the actual monster city and they make Frankencastle, and he's explaining to everything like this, and Living Mummy's like, we just kind of want to be left alone. We just want to do our own thing. We're outcasts and freaks or whatever. He goes, and Frankencastle goes, well, you guys should go have a beer with the X-Men and the Mutants. He goes, we're not trying to be fucking martyrs here. We just want to be left alone.
No. Oh no.
We're not a-holes trying to make a name for ourselves here.
That's pretty funny.
Yes. Mummy bringing it from 3000 BC on that ass.
I know. Oh man. Yeah, but I liked the Bloodstone book. It was very tongue in cheek. It was just supposed to be fun. It was fast paced. It had a bunch of cool things.
Lots of cheeks to me.
Lots of cheeks. Yeah, tongue in cheeky. We'll just say. Yeah. They had the lamp with the genie in it, where the first wish that Ulysses made was for unlimited wishes, so he has it forever. So that's a nice little
But they don't like you really
like
get witches. It just
plot
takes them.
device.
It's like it's just like a danger sensor. That
Yeah, it
sends
really
you.
just takes them to where trouble is. But I would use that for different things. Like, how about no more Dracula? Like, you know what I mean? No more vampires, no more monsters. But then that would be a really short book, and what's the point?
Or if I was else want some more fabric.
Yes, more clothes, please. Something other than a choker to wear this bloodstone on.
But stylish.
Yes, very stylish. But I think they should make this into a movie. I think that would do very well. We
No,
don't
it'd
have
be
enough
great.
we don't have enough Monster Hunter movies, and especially if Disney made it. Disney does a good job making
Yeah,
movies.
they've done the what's the Van Helsing Winona no Winona Earp movie TV show where she's hunting vampires.
Oh yeah, that's on
Yeah.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
haven't seen
okay.
that one. I didn't know she
It's
hunted vampires.
Yep, that's what happens.
Cool.
Doc Holliday, vampire. Not to be a spoiler for you, but a good vampire.
Did you say,
It's not that great a
did
story.
you say, I'm your Huckleberry? I said, I'm your Huckleberry.
And no, it's I'm your Huckle Jugular. Huckler.
Ocular. All right. Do they make any more Bloodstone books? I mean, I know she's in another book we're
She
going to talk about, but
pops up later on, but yeah, no, this was it. I think they wanted maybe hopefully to do some more with it, but it did not pan out. So they've just popped up every once in a while. But she takes over the family credo to be a monster hunter, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, and they didn't use it in the movie. I think it'd be great.
me too.
And a reason to have a sexy lady hunt monsters. So I'm never opposed to that. And what brings us up next to is a bunch of one shots where Marvel takes it back with the Legion of Monsters as the title, more to what it originally was in the 1975, where it's more dour and serious in stories of real monsterdom.
Yeah.
Inexplicably.
Really short stories, though, and
Yes.
not particularly compelling.
And there are 4 of them, and they are Legion of Monsters, Werewolf by Night, Legion of Monsters, Man Thing, Legion of Monsters, once again, Satana, not Santana,
You're
and
so smooth.
Legion of Monsters, Morbius. But they all have 2 stories per them, so you don't know that unless you read them. And so we'll break down what the side stories are also that come
Yeah,
after.
there's nothing on the covers about the side stories, right?
No, you just have to start reading.
Yeah.
And so the first one that came out was Werewolf by Night. Our boy Jack Russell goes into a werewolf hating town in the South and messes up some people. Real dour and serious, but it's 2007, so it seems to be really inspired more by Dust Till Dawn kind of situation. Would you say that?
Yeah, I think so. And it really doesn't. He's not really in the story very much. It
No.
features just, you know, I guess it's kind of trying to build a werewolf universe that there's more than just him out there. Yeah, yeah, he's in it for a little bit. He helps this werewolf lady out, and they get on the bike and leave. Essentially, right?
So I'm a big fan of the werewolf stories. They don't make a whole lot of werewolves movies. Like there was a run in the '80s when you had Wolfen and American Werewolf in Paris or American Werewolf in London and The Howling.
There was that werewolf show where it was kind of like
Werewolf.
it was kind of like the Hulk, where you know,
Yeah.
like Banner would turn to the Hulk like twice an episode, and this guy would turn to a werewolf like once or twice an episode. It was on like uh, late night syndication or something.
Yes.
Then that guy
Werewolf.
later went on to be in General Hospital as a werewolf.
And
No,
this is what we're
I
finding out
wish.
tonight.
Oh, he should have been a werewolf in General Hospital. It would have been perfect.
Or he should have been a werewolf in Port Charles.
Correct. Or Port Charles. Either way, whatever. They need more. We need more monsters in daytime soaps.
And also we're finding out is KMac watched a lot of daytime soaps as a child.
Well, just in the 90s, really. Like, you know, in college, you have like classes in the middle of the day and you come back to your room and nothing's on. And you're like, all right, I'll put on General Hospital.
All I know is KMac, popcorn eating, watching, recognizing actors from other shows that are also in General Hospital, deep diving.
Heck yeah.
Look for KMac to start his own podcast on mid-90s General Hospital episodes.
Yes. Starting next week, everybody. Monster
Big time.
Hospital.
But of the werewolf stories, this is the only thing I really got out of this one is adding to the werewolf lore the sewing of the cross of somebody in silver string or silver thread and a werewolf to keep the wolf at bay. I thought that was pretty cool.
I did too. I wrote a little note
That was
about
a
that.
good
That was
dive.
cool.
That was a good dive on whoever
Yeah.
did that. It was,
Yeah, that was Mike Carey wrote that story.
yeah.
So Mike Carey did his research. I like the backup story in this issue too, though. Better
Which
than
is
which is a backup story about Frankenstein.
going old school back in, like, bringing him back to his monster thing, but where he's sentient and understands he's a monster, and he tried to go good, and somebody
Just keep
discovered
taking him back.
this discovered that Frankenstein, Victor von Frankenstein's journals, and tries to make more Frankenstein monsters. So some badass Catholic guys who don't like
Father
Frankenstein,
Macaulay
yeah,
is just up to no good.
yeah, comes in and they force him to go hunt this guy because, like, the only thing that'll beat those abominations is our abomination.
Yeah, and so this story was, I think, it was written, I think, drawn too by Scotty Young, who has commented on one of our Instagram posts, by the way. So, friend of the show, Scotty Young, we'll just say that
Yes.
right here, Scotty Young, storyteller.
Well, this one goes a little dark at the end, which is very interesting after reading the Bloodstone one, where you read about Frankenstein wearing a ball cap, hanging out in the basement, being all good, and he doesn't tell you about slaughtering a priest that fed him for years and treated him nice.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I don't know how many years before, the Bloodstone story this takes place. It could be like 100
It was
years.
centuries. I think it was
Yeah.
centuries.
Oh, centuries. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well, I mean, and
he got the feel goods in him now.
yeah, he's
But back
he's
in the day,
making
no.
slow progress. He's
Yes.
making slow progress because he realized that even though those people are good to him, they still didn't have his best interest.
Unlike Elsa Bloodstone, where he makes sexy costumes for people, he smashes priest head. This one.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the creepiest of the ones, and this is the next one, of Legion of Monsters Man Thing, May 2007.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Wow. Did that have a backup story?
Yes, this is the one that actually I think the backup story leads the story of the comic, even though he's on the cover, and it's the Seaman Garth, who's the zombie from previous 1970s Marvel stories, the love story. Where
I don't think I read that one. I don't have
Yeah.
any notes on that.
Okay.
But the Man Thing
Well,
one is super creepy.
we'll
Holy
do
crap.
the zombie one before we get to the super creepy Man Thing one, which is the more boogity of the boogity. The Man Thing one, yeah, is very EC comics, Crypt Keeper kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
it is.
the Seaman Garth one is it's the only fun one of these stories where, they're like a dilapidated firehouse, like, building burns down, and they find Seaman Garth and they take him to the hospital and he comes back to life.
No, I did
He's
read this
staring
one. All right, I
and he's
remember
staring
this.
at the lady and wanders around and eventually falls in love with the corpse and makes her a zombie, and they get buried together. And so that was sweet.
He meets some street punks.
Yeah, it beats them down.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Street punks, they need to beat down.
Well, they're
set their life on the right.
They're necro street punks of the 2007s who want to be zombies.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Which is weird.
Yeah, that was
Remember
all
when
the
you went
fad
that
then.
phase? Remember that phase when you're like, I want to be one of the living undead?
Right, I was eating bath salts every day.
Yes.
Like, come on, kick in already. It never quite worked, but it came close.
I was constantly on the phone with Kevin, and he was just
Mhm.
eating nothing but cow brains or
Yeah.
pork and brains.
Yeah, I
broken
mean,
brains.
I'd wake up and have my hand in my mouth, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
just strung out on bath salts every day.
heck yeah.
It's a weird time for your wife and your kids too.
Yeah, but they're very supportive. They were like, if you want to be part of the undead, then we will support you in that.
This is America.
We're gonna make you sleep in a cage, but
this is America. If you really, really want to be a zombie, we're here to help you make your dreams come true.
right. In America, everyone gets to be what they want to be. You can accomplish anything. Eat enough bath salts.
But luckily for us, my brain's installed, not my ass. Because I guess KMac. That's the reason I was able to afford KMac when he was in the zombie space. He only ate ass, and he did not eat mine because I didn't have any ass. He has come
You
back.
just took this to a weird place. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this anymore.
That was awesome. That turn of fate that you walked into. I've been planning that one all week.
Yeah, I'm not very comfortable with that.
Well, It is what it is. You survived your zombie phase.
I'm okay.
But to talk about eating things, we'll go to the man thing story instead.
Yeah, please.
So what's the man thing's power, KMac?
So the man thing is kind of like Marvel's version of the Swamp Thing, right? He pretty
No,
much it's not okay. I
no.
don't.
Stop
All
your
right,
tongue. Man thing came before Swamp Thing.
all right. So
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 Swamp
Swamp
Thing
Thing
is the
is
man thing version, DC's man thing version. So one time Marvel gets to say that on some character.
well, Swamp Thing had a movie first, which I loved in the '80s, by the way.
Yeah. Was that John Carpenter that did that? Was it John? No, it was another famous director that did that.
I used to watch that movie all the time because I think it was on HBO once when I was a kid. Do you know that Marvel has a book called Giant Size Man Thing?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
where his debut came from. Wes Craven. Wes
Oh,
Craven. I knew it was another
it
big
was
horror
Wes
director.
Craven. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Side note before we get to the main thing, one of my favorite cutouts I had of all time from Stuff magazine was, comparing the first movie to the sequel, and rating whether the first one or the second one was good. And the last, they had like 10 in a row. And the last one I kept those in my fridge forever was Swamp Thing and Swamp Thing 2. And all they said about Swamp Thing 2 was, Swampy, you just didn't have it in you.
Yeah, I don't remember it being particularly good. First one was awesome though.
No. But no, Man Thing, his power is what?
Is like control plants. I don't know. Tell me.
No. Whoever knows fear burns at the touch of the Man Thing.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. That's a weird
Yes.
power for a plant guy though, to
Well,
be on fire.
yes. And he also guards the Nexus of Realities in Citrusville, Florida.
Swamp
He's the
Thing
guardian.
guards Nexus of Realities too, doesn't he? Doesn't he do something like
No, he
that?
protects the green. So he
Like on the
protects
golf course?
Yes.
All right, that makes sense.
All
Especially in
not
Florida.
not just all the golf courses.
All the
But
golf courses. All right.
no, Man Thing's power is yeah. He has gotten cursed with that. And also kind of protect nature and yeah, the same thing. But that's his power. So if you know fear, if you ever known fear, and he feels touch, you burst into flames, or whatever touches and burns into flames, which is uber
Which is what
creepy.
happened in
Because
this issue.
yes, because some developer in Citrusville, Florida, to keep him at bay, captures the Man Thing, and they
Yeah.
decide the way to get rid of him is to keep eating him nightly.
Yeah, that's like the honestly, like that's probably the creepiest thing we've read in any of these books.
Yes.
You know, so they come out and he's in like a, the person serving it just has a dish and a big silver lid, like you're serving a turkey in Thanksgiving, and Man Thing is sitting in there and they're all taking spoonfuls and eating him.
And he's kind of roasting him. Yeah. And then they realize they know fear, and what happens? They burst into flames.
Yeah, because the woman he hires to tend to his garden gives the Man Thing some flowers, and that regenerates him because he
Yes.
has the power of plants or something like
Yes.
that.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He also, similar to our Swamp Thing, similar to him, protects the green also.
So Citrusville is located near the Everglades and populated by mostly radically conservative people, according to the wiki on this.
On Marvel fandom, yes.
Yeah, or the Comic Vine wiki.
Okay.
How did he become the Man Thing?
He's a scientist, and he's doing experiments, and then he gets cursed with it, and I can't remember the complete backstory because I haven't read Giant Size Man Thing in a while.
Me either.
It's a great story.
So do you have that? Do you have a Giant Size Man Thing?
Actually, no, I do not have Giant Size. Actually, his first appearance is in Savage Tales #1 in 1971.
I figured you didn't have Giant Size Man Thing.
I don't have the Giant Size. I have a Giant Size Man Thing.
You've already denied it, so we know the truth.
Do not make me prove this on Instagram. With a side picture of said spooky beer by Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain and Giant Size Man Thing. So there will be, this episode will have, like when we post it, we'll have a hashtag for Giant Size Man Thing.
Yes.
I need to make sure I remember that.
But that was the most EC. Like, if you want to read something Marvel wrote, that's like, yeah, Crypt Keeper, Twist of Fate kind of term
Yeah.
of spooky 1970s. That's the closest thing we've gotten. The next one up, we get Legion of Monsters Satana appearance, and she's living in New York being a succubus, being people.
Succubussing all the homeless dudes, I guess, and guys in clubs.
Yep.
And
And
it's not super interesting. She gets trapped in like the pentagram, right?
in a digital pentagram.
Yeah, and just to go to hell to save or to return the brother of one of the woman that trapped her.
Yeah.
Gets him out, and then he
And
dies.
does a trick of fate. No, she does a trick of fate and takes him over, and we find out Satana is not indiscriminate about the people that she succubuses and
Right.
gender.
And not a very good story.
No.
There was really nothing happening there.
The
But
only thing about the story is you get more gratuitous TNA 2007 style Marvel.
Yeah.
Mm.
The art
But the
wasn't
backup
great.
story,
I mean, I can't draw, but the art wasn't great either. The backup story, Living Mummy by Hickman, Jonathan Hickman, written and drawn by Hickman, and it's definitely Hickman because it's all narrative boxes and all charts and graphs and dates. I couldn't read it. I just couldn't do it.
It at least gives you the story, but yeah, it is basically just an infographic on the Living Mummy. Like, do you kids know that ancient Egypt ran from this time to this time? Do you kids know mummies were made this way? Did you know comic books really can be a better learning format than textbooks for teaching kids history? But the only good thing part is it teaches you who the living mummy is and that he was enslaved African tribesmen by the Egyptians and a test experiment from some Egyptian warlock who turned him into the service of Anubis, and he overtook Anubis and was like, yeah, I'll be vengeful for you, just keep me alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to have origins for characters. That it was just a tough read.
Well, no, it's just I'm going to give you an infographic that's not very interesting on the things. Yeah, the art wasn't too bad though, but yeah, it's just there's no pacing to it. There's no nothing to it.
Yeah. Have you read the new X-Men books, the Krakoa stuff?
You've heard in other talks I've had with you about some of the things. I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you've read like House, like so it's kind of like those insert pages where like he kind of writes a narrative about what's happening, but that's this whole entire story.
They're not the best narrative pages ever written.
That's
Marvel,
true too.
Because you know what those are, right, KMac?
They're in Giant Size Man Thing.
No, they're also in Giant Size, but they have narrative blog style informational one shots.
They're in the Marvel Universe, the handbook to the Marvel Universe.
They are that, and also what else? One particular character has written a whole book about blog posts about different Marvel characters that he is fighting.
Oh yes, the Strike Files.
Strike Files.
Yes, a two-time appearance.
Hickman needs to take his narrative bubble storytelling examples from Strife. He needs to meet with them. He'd do a much better job.
He does, but he needs to be careful because Strife is very pointy.
Yes.
You don't want to get poked or stabbed.
So moving on to more boogity stuff, though.
Strike Files.
Legion of Monsters Morbius. We get a serious dour Morbius story because he's a dour character and he wants to die and he tries to die, but his living id that's a bat doesn't let him die, and it's not a very good story.
Yeah, I do like how the bat is just mocking him the whole time, his imaginary bat friend, but otherwise not a good story.
Yeah. And the backup story is much better, so skip
it is
over that
very
one.
Good, yeah.
And we will eventually cover in one of these years Boogie Books and Beer-Tober 1970s Dracula, which is one of my favorite characters Marvel's ever done. And you get him because he talks about himself in the third person, and you get his daughter Lilith, and this is a team-up story of Dracula and Lilith.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, so Lilith is just doing her thing, and then realizes that, well, she doesn't really have to kill people, but she likes to because it's fun. And then she realizes her buddies are dead, and Dracula was there. They're on the outs. Dracula invites her back to Dracula's castle to be involved in a vampire clan meeting. So she's like, "No, I don't like you. I don't trust you."
Wait. When you say clan meeting, do you mean KKK clan meeting,
Maybe,
or
yeah.
what kind of clan meeting are you talking about here?
Vampire
Because
clans.
okay,
Yeah, clans with a C.
yes.
But I mean, like vampires, they don't see race, they don't see color. Only color they see is red.
Oh, there it was.
Yep. And so, but Dracula always has a plan, right?
Always, as Dracula will tell you, is I am Dracula. I have plan. My daughter is nothing more than a tool for my conquest of humanity.
So Lilith arrives at the meeting or the dinner at the castle, and all the the heads of the other vampire clans with a C start attacking her, and she just murders them all. And then she says, "I told you, Dracula, I was gonna kill them. I don't care what you say." And she leaves, and he's like, "Yes, you killed everyone. Now I can take over."
Yeah,
But it was a cool
that's what.
story. The art was cool. So it was written by C.B. Cebulski, right, who's currently the editor in chief of Marvel, and it was drawn by David Finch, who most of the time is a pretty decent artist. He's drawn a lot of big books, so they put some talent on
This
there.
story gets my rating of spooky for the beers. The beer I'm drinking, it is fine and aged like a Dracula story, and it does have the same feel as the '70s Dracula books when we read them, where Dracula is always scheming, even with his daughter Lilith. That they just like Hitler, Dracula always has a way out.
Yeah. Oh, there was in Bloodstone. There was a Hitler vampire. Did you see him? Did you see that
Yes,
guy? He had the slick hair. Yeah, that was
Hitler
Hitler
Pyre.
vamp.
Hitler
Ooh.
Pyre. Quiz, scarier, Hitler Pyre or Hitler's brain in the Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Oh. I would say the Hitler pyre, the Hitler vampire. If he was like a
Wrong.
main vampire.
Wrong.
'Cause he's undead that way.
There's
You can kill
nothing
it.
scarier than Hitler's brain in a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What's that from?
It's nothing. This is my own night.
Oh, that's your thing?
This is my own nightmare.
Ooh.
That makes me clutch my spooky beer, terrified that I'm waking up in a world that they've taken Hitler's brain from Argentina and put it in a reincarnated Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex to wreak havoc. And there is no Chris
Don't,
Pratt around to save me.
don't you just shoot it though?
No, he's a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You can shoot a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Did they shoot him in Jurassic Park?
I don't.
No.
That movie sucks.
Quiet.
They didn't have the guns they needed.
And then all you hear is Mein Kampf, and it eats people. That's terrifying.
That is pretty terrifying. All right, I'm switching over to another beer,
Okay,
and it is called Origin of Darkness.
that sounds boogity.
Yeah, it is a Canadian whiskey barrel aged imperial stout with marshmallows, cocoa, and cinnamon, and brewed by Collective Arts out of is that Hamilton, Ontario?
Yeah,
Maybe?
it's a Collective Arts beer, so that's a fancy beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Collective Arts is for the people that don't know. There's like this weird beer and art brewery where like they're brewers that team up with artists and they make fancy art for the beers, and yeah,
Sexy lady with a skeleton.
yeah. And so yeah, it's a kind of a weird mashup, and they do a lot of collaborations, and the beers go for expensive things at the local stores and the Total Wines and the Bennies or whatever. I am also switching beers now.
Oh man, cinnamon and marshmallow. I can
Yeah.
taste it already. Holy crap!
And I am going with an Arctic Craft Ales out of Richmond, Virginia. Their Schwarzbier. Since we started talking about Dracula, Schwarzbier being a dark ale, wheat ale usually. So
Oh shoot!
this is
I'm going to
coming in
interrupt
at
you for a second. Mine comes in at 11.6
yeah.
ABV. Holy crap!
So yeah. So we're gonna have to blitz through our last Legion of Monsters as KMac gets blitzed.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah, we're reversing trends because I'm going with this dark lager, which is 5% and 30 IBUs.
Oh
How is it?
man,
How is it?
that's the cinnamon's really strong. I don't know how many IBUs I have, but holy crap! The art is from Cassidy. I don't know, someone from Columbus, Ohio. I can't read it. I don't even with my glasses on, I can't see it. The coloring is right.
Yeah, so this is our first time featuring something from Collective Arts, which is a unique thing, and I'm amazed. Yeah, KMac found one of those in his 6-pack, his random 6-pack.
Yeah, I found it in my fridge. It was just there. Like,
It
yes.
appeared on this Boogity night.
My fridge is like a beer magician. This beer just magically appears.
So yeah, how is that beer? I mean, other than you can taste the cinnamon.
I can taste the
What
cinnamon and the
notes?
sweetness. It's I mean, it tastes really strong. First, I'm going to start there.
It's black as
And I
night.
can taste it is black as night. I can taste the cocoa.
It's black as Lilith heart when she kills vampire clan heads.
Yeah. Yeah, I can really taste the cocoa is very strong.
The cocoa is strong with you always.
Yes.
Because you're more bitter and malty than sweet.
Just like it was strong with my father.
Yes. And my father before me.
And my father before me.
So I think we'll probably skip over the Frankencastle first arc and just let you know this is the first appearance of the new Legion of Monsters, because someday we will do Frankencastle as a whole story in our Boogity books and Beer-Tober. But just let you know, Bloodstone appears, a German appears, and
Is it Elsa
something called
Bloodstone?
Hunter. No, not this one.
Oh.
Hunter of Monster Special Force, which is a samurai kaiju killer machine who resurrects or brings back from limbo Robert Hellsguard, Ulysses S. Bloodstone's assistant, back.
Cool. So is it just the Bloodstone or?
Well, as far as I can tell, they just say it's a Bloodstone. I don't know if it's a Bloodstone fragment because in Bloodstone it's a fragment also, but I think this is just a fragment that Morbius is keeping around, and Robert Hellsguard is going on a trend to kill all monsters because he's Ulysses' best buddy, and he wants the Bloodstone back to become a super kaiju monster killer.
Well, I would do that too. Yeah.
But the best part of this is the hunter of Monster Special Forces kills everything on Monster Island.
Oh, he does?
Yes,
oh no!
They just lay ways to it.
Monster Island's a fun place. Mole Man, what's the Mole Man gonna do if there's no monsters?
I know.
He doesn't appear in enough stuff these days.
Yep. And we wanted to break it down because there's also one of the subterranean guys who befriends Frankencastle and gives him candy bars, and eventually leads him. But this is where you get the first appearance of the new Legion of Monsters, which we're going to cover next, which is Morbius, Werewolf by Night, Amphibian, and Living Mummy. That's the crew. That's the crew that is now.
Yeah. It's an all right crew, but
you get Man-Thing also appearing in this, hanging out. But
well, he doesn't appear in the new Legion of Monsters story, though.
No, in the new one, but he shows up in this one, in that one also. But in the actual title Legion of Monsters, October 2011 through January 2012, we get what we consider our culmination here. We get a Bloodstone teaming up with Legion of Monsters.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Although, for some reason, Elsa Bloodstone has red hair in this, and she had full-on blonde hair in the other story we read. So,
well, blonde was her teenage phase,
Yeah, and then she just went. I don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I was willing to.
Here's the retcon for you. The Bloodstone.
The Redstone turned her hair red.
Started imparting red in her hair and made it bloody.
Yep, that's fact. So, monsters are going crazy and killing people. That's what's happening.
Not only above the earth, but also in Monstertropolis, which is deep in the grounds of New York City.
Of course.
Even further abandoned Morlock tunnels below the Morlock tunnels, where they've established their own city that we saw first in the Frankencastle arc that we're not talking about. But
there is so much going on underneath New York City. Like, that just goes forever.
As much as going on above New York City.
Yeah, maybe more,
As above,
right?
so below, yeah.
As above, so below. Did you see that movie?
I have not yet. I need to watch it.
It's not. I mean, it's okay. It's not great, but
it hasn't made my horror movie list yet. I did watch Descent this year as my first time.
The what?
Descent.
Descent. All right.
The all female spelunking under earth monster movie. They got rave reviews in early 2005. An English movie, but set
really?
in Tennessee.
It's an interesting choice.
They go spelunking in Tennessee.
Well, that makes. I mean, where else are you going to go spelunking? But Tennessee, right? Especially if you're English.
Yeah.
For the first time in like 25 years, I watched Scream last weekend.
Yes,
that was fun. And then shout out to our Instagram person, Rate by Breadsticks. He had rated Scream 4 like the next day, which was funny.
Yeah.
So just a funny coincidence. But we watched Scream with my daughter, so we're going to have to watch a trilogy.
Oh, and this is the first time your daughter to watch Scream?
Yeah.
Was she scared?
No, she doesn't really get scared, but she thought it was good, and
I got scared. I still get scared at Scream in the Drew Barrymore scenes.
That was pretty freaky, yeah.
Clutch my cardigan and whenever I watched that.
That came out when we were in college, so we might have seen that in the theater.
Yes,
I don't
we
remember.
Did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember I Know What You Did Last Summer in the theater. We saw that like opening weekend. Opening weekend movies are a lot of fun.
And I still fucking Know What You Did Last Summer, KMac.
You do.
Which is read a lot of comic books and drink a lot of beers.
Yes. Record a lot of podcasts. Win a lot of, get ready for fantasy football, win a lot of games. Didn't win the games over the summer, but got ready and then won a lot of games.
Okay.
Almost won the league. So we're gonna not talk about that anymore though, because it's a sore spot.
Because we're talking about Legion of Monsters right now.
Yes.
And it's something make monsters go crazy. Monsteropolis. Elsa Bloodstone gets pulled through a monster portal to Monsteropolis, and we get an appearance of my favorite monster now that I didn't know I liked. That's hanging out in Monsteropolis, and who would that be, other than Living Mummy?
Your favorite monster who's hanging out in Monsteropolis? Is it Dimensional Man?
Yes.
Dimensional Man is hilarious. So he has the best line when he's talking about Morbius. He calls him Disco Dracula.
Yes.
That's the best. I was like, yes.
So Legion of Monsters set themselves up as the police force in Monsteropolis, and Dimensional Man,
the Ghostbusters of Monsteropolis. That's what it reminded me of.
Ghostbusters / police, and Dimensional Man has committed some crimes, and so they take down Dimensional Man. And Dimensional Man's like, you can't take me down. I'm dimensionless, you dipshits.
Mm-hmm. So they converted him to like electricity or something, and just put him in the like electric system of
basically they put him in basically like when Slimer gets captured in whatever the Ghostbusters trap thingy is.
Yeah, it was almost exactly like that.
Before. Yeah,
neither had I. So I don't. Did you look him up at all?
I read a little bit of his backstory, and he took on Dracula at one time. His parents were occultists, worshiping Asmodeus, and they bestowed upon him these powers, and then he revolted against Asmodeus, and then also revolted against Dracula.
Well done.
He just wanted to hang out in Monsteropolis watching TV.
Now he's just causing trouble, though.
He just wanted Netflix and chill.
Yeah. So what's going on in this new Legion of Monsters thing and in Monsteropolis is that monsters are like just going crazy and killing each other, and if they get out into the surface world, they're killing people too, and no one knows what's going on. So what they do is they split up into teams, Scooby-Doo style. They go hunting for truths on what's making them go crazy, because Elsa comes down, and they all know Elsa. They've run into her before because she kills monsters, and she begrudgingly teams up with monsters. And so Elsa hitches a ride with Jack Russell, Werewolf, one night, and they kind of have a sexy thing going on. They do.
Amphibian and Living Mummy go to find somebody's brother that we've talked about tonight. And whose brother do they go talk to?
They go find Satana's brother, Damien Hellstrom, and he's just living in some like rundown apartment somewhere like a fucking loser.
Where else would
with a pentagram on his chest, like just hanging out? Like, what are you doing,
like,
man?
I'm out of the demon business.
Yeah, he's like, go away.
I'm out of the demon monster business. Leave me alone. But I just like the fact that Amphibian and the living mummy ride on motorcycles to go see him.
Just through the streets.
Yes.
And Hellstrom is no help. He tries some incantation and pulls whatever's infecting the monsters out of thin air, and it infects the mummy, the living
Yep.
mummy. So
Whereas Werewolf by Night and Elsa go to hell itself to turn in a boon that the Werewolf by Night has earned from Satanish,
where else
monster
have we
demon.
seen? Where else have we seen Satanish?
He's been in I believe some Doctor Strange stuff. I can't remember else, but
Okay,
he's the guy that has a head, normal head, and then a
a
tummy
head in his
head.
tummy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because I feel like we read about him in maybe the Rutland stuff.
I can't.
I
I
can't
don't
remember
remember if he's
either.
in
I
the
don't
wrong.
think so, but I've read something with him in it, and
Yeah,
I just can't remember what it is.
but he goes down to the hell to try to figure out what's going on, and because he's owed this favor, he tries to skirt around it. Jack Russell, because he's a terrier, he's a wily dog.
Hmm.
Doesn't get the information, and then Elsa just comes out and asks it and says, "I'll trade you that for that favor." And Jack's like, "You
Yeah,
dipshit!
yeah.
The only way
Don't
we
do
get
that
out of
while
here."
we're in hell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he answers the question. It's like Morbius is the problem. Um, go ask him, and Werewolf by Night has to go super Werewolf by Night and take out everybody and gets them out of hell, but he almost dies.
And it turns out that there was some massacre in 1973 in this town in California, and the only two vampire survivors were Morbius and Dracula.
Yes.
So, um, meanwhile, living mummy, gets reduced to ash by Hellstrom,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah. So yeah, Satanish first appearance, Doctor Strange, 174, 1968.
Wow,
Renewing
old
his
time character.
Doctor Strange character, but he does appear in an X Factor show. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think he. Yeah, Satanish is, as the demon Clute was invoked by Ronalds to slay Guido and X Factor at some point.
That seems like a weird story.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought maybe he could be involved in Inferno stuff, but that's a different hell, right?
That's Limbo.
Yeah, it's a different version of hell.
That's Limbo. This is where they get it wrong. Limbo's not hell. I mean, Marvel.
Well,
They need to
yeah,
hire me as a.
I'm
They
not
need to
saying they're
hire me.
right,
They need
but
to
like
hire
in
me as a.
their,
They need to hire me as a fucking consultant on this shit.
I think obviously we should both be consultants. We
Yes.
have some good story ideas.
Or just drink beer.
There's that too.
So, yeah.
I would love to go on the retreats and just drink beer and like throw out ideas. Like, this is what you remember, that plot line that got dropped in 1984. Pick that up now and do this.
As their continuity checkers, yes, we'd be much
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
But so yeah, Mommy gets disintegrated ash. They rustle back to tell Morbius what's going on, and he goes, at the time, and the monsters are all going freak neck, destroying everything when they get back. And they figure out Morbius was used as a tool by a vampire fell in love with that was named by Susanna, her name Bruxala, because they go and meet up with Dracula to find out this tidbit of information in Transylvania. They
oh,
fight
he's
their way in.
armored up Dracula too.
Yes. So they fight their way in with Elsa Bloodstone to find out this information that this was the person that he was trying to cure, supposedly, back in the 70s. All these vampires, he was really turning them into thralls of this vampire lady,
Yeah,
Bruxala.
Morpheus got played. He got played.
And it took Dracula to come in and slay everybody. And we find out
Yeah,
how much
Dracula is just like,
contempt Dracula has for Morbius.
oh yeah, because he's a
Living
living
vampire.
vampire in quotes. Dracula got no love for
Yes.
Morbius for sure. Like, just like me, I don't like Morbius either.
And they, for some reason, they get rid of Morbius's luscious long locks and make him greeny haired.
Yeah, he's all
I
like
mean,
spiky.
get some real green, motherfucking Morbius. You're a fucking living vampire. You can get on the Amazons and order that.
Yeah, so I read this book called Black Science, which is really cool, like alternate reality hopping book. I think it's through Image, and I think it was written and drawn by Rick Remender,
Okay.
and the art looks startlingly similar to Wando's art in this
Are you
book.
saying Wando is Rick Remender?
I don't know. He could be. But
let me. I don't. Has Wando drawn anything else?
yeah, he has.
So he's done 37 comics. Yeah, and if you go to the Marvel fandom
Oh, it's
page,
Italian artist Matteo Scalera is the artist for Black
yeah,
Science.
if you go to Marvel fandom, Wando wears big sunglasses and kind of an anonymous
Mhm.
mask and a hoodie, so you can't tell who he is. And he's done 93 covers, and so he's definitely somebody hiding his identity, which is something we might have to delve into one time when we play comic book detectives.
Yeah, it's interesting. But the art looks a lot like the art from that book, but I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I only talk like
No,
one.
but the upshot we find out is that the things that enthralled the monsters and made them go crazy was Susanna Brooksall, and that Morbius, because of his weird genetic living vampire chemistry, has kept it in him, and he's the one making all the vampires crazy. So he has to find a way to inoculate himself, and then everything's all good.
Yeah, he's been a virus host
Yes,
for, 30 years or whatever,
and just popped
and
up
then he
now.
got bit by when he was being the monster
Yes,
dentist, got bit. So it was kind of a, the ending to the story wasn't great, right?
it was
But
way better setup. It was way better setup,
yeah, a little bit of a letdown at the
and
ending.
it's mainly a story to tell the sexual tension between Jack Russell and Elsa Bloodstone.
Yes, and of course,
Living
get us some amphibian.
warm amphibian who serves
Yes,
copy to Morbius.
right, and who drags his S's way out.
What you doing, your amphibians?
Exactly. Todpole, like just drags his S's out.
See what it is. So that basically wraps up the Legion of Monsters stories. Someday we'll cover the Franken Castle for you kids, but there are a few other ones we partially skipped over with Living Mummy. There's the Howling Commandos that appear in the mid 2000s, where Jim Dundonigan forms a monster squad that involves Living
Oh, sweet.
Mummy and various other newly created monsters, which also appears in an animated series with the Hulk and Doctor Strange on a special that's on Netflix. I can't remember the title of it, but they show up to help
Oh, okay.
Doctor Strange and Hulk fight against an invasion of demons. That involves Werewolf and the Agent of Shield that's a zombie. That's yeah, pretty unique. And
Interesting.
another
I've never heard of
vampire.
that
Yeah.
guy.
But that also has a
Cool.
Man Thing, if I remember, appear in it, but not in the. There, the Howling Commandos, I think, also go against Man Thing when he gets dosed up on too much fear.
Neat. Yeah. So these are some fun series. If you like these kinds of monsters, then they're definitely worth reading for sure.
Were you frightened by any of these stories?
I don't know if I was frightened by any of them. I was
Boogity.
really startled. I was startled by the Man Thing story
Because I never thought about eating Man Thing.
for sure. Yeah, I never thought about eating a Man Thing.
I try to avoid eating Man Things.
Me too. Me too. But no, not really. And I did like I like the Scotty Young Frankenstein story. I thought that was well told and the art
Yeah.
was good. And the Legion of Monsters story was fun, with the ending not quite panning out though. But the Bloodstone story I thought was a whole lot of fun. I thought that was cool and something they should maybe do something, some more with.
So
But
if we were going next year, we are going to start writing our Elsa Bloodstone quest involving the Legion of Monsters as backup players,
that's a good idea.
because Jared Leto is going to blow up in this Morbius movie.
Yeah, and then he can cross over into the
Because
Bloodstone movie.
Morbius has sold more comic books than any other character in the history of characters.
In the history of living vampires.
It's number one. So it's
Number one living
it's
vampire.
guaranteed this Morbius movie is going to be good.
Yeah, that's an odd choice, but I don't know. Sony makes average movies, so it might be okay.
You
Uh,
might get not a fully living vampire. You might get
yeah.
what was Sony? almost like real. What was that? What was your like title back in the day? Like almost like in person or something like that when you were watching it on Sony TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So how is that dank ass, strong ass beer treating you?
It's strong. It's tough to get through, to be honest. It's not the beer I would choose after already drinking another beer, but it's tasty. It's just heavy.
You
It's
have
like
a lot left.
it's like I have a lot left. It's like drinking a coffee, like a chocolate coffee marshmallow beer.
Solid. My Schwarzbier is classic Schwarzbier. It's really well done. I'm pretty impressed by Arden.
Yeah. I
Because
really like the Oktoberfest beer though. That was very well done.
solid.
Go ahead.
So this is our second of Boogity books in Beer-Tober, so it'll be our last this year. But if you want to tell us more scary books you think we should read, and next year I'm going to suggest reading some of that weird, wacky stuff that DC did in the 70s and 60s that is actually kind of scary. But we'll see if KMac
Yeah.
Fabian lets me do any of that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some of that Dracula stuff, or we could do like Dracula stuff too. I really want to read Dracula Motherfucker.
Yes.
I feel like that the title just means it has to be read.
Indeed, it does.
So we could do a whole Dracula month. Do Marvel's Dracula from the 70s and then Dracula MFR in the other for the other show.
Yes.
But we can talk about that often.
And there's also the DC series I Vampire that came out that's gotten rebooted a few times, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It was a response to I think the 70s Marvel's Dracula.
Yeah, there's also like American Vampire or something, or
Yep.
American Vampire 1976, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a
DC
That's a
has.
4-part. Yeah, or a 4-part, and I think there's another follow up to it that we need to read. We do need to read it.
Yeah. So we could do some crazy DC stuff. We could do a themed month on Dracula only.
You let us know what you want to hear while we drink way too much.
Yes.
But we were pumped to read about Legion of Monsters tonight, and this is like one of my favorite things. Are these random what I consider continuity people. So they're in the continuity, but they just pop in and out every once in a while. And
yeah, they go in and out. Yeah,
they're not. None of these people showed up in Civil War ready to fight on the side of Captain America and or Tony Stark.
Yeah, that like glaring hole in the Civil War story.
No Amphibian.
I don't know how they missed it.
No Amphibian.
I know. Like if Cap got Amphibian, like that Civil War would have been over in one issue. Yep.
Fuck.
Todd Pole would have been like, I'm not registering.
You can't swing me to register. I'm not signing any documents.
So how would you rate your beer?
So on the Legion of Monsters scale, my first beer, the Spooky, which is the one I'll give my rating to, it says it had a pumpkin, but you can't. The bourbon barrel aging takes out all the chocolate notes and all the pumpkin rating, just like it's been living for a long time and aging for a long time. So I'm going Living Mummy Ninkatu for Spooky from Blue Mountain. That it's as smooth as a 3,000-year-old dead walking mummy.
So it's dusty. You're saying?
Well, not dusty. It's just Well, it's aged. It doesn't run up on you, but it'll sneak up on you.
So Oktoberfest, obviously Oktoberfest is a party, right? So I think this is a good beer to have while partying in Monstertropolis with all the monsters. It brings some Oktoberfest down there and hand it out to all those monsters and just have a good time.
Is every day Oktoberfest in Monstertropolis?
I hope so. That'd be a lot of fun. I'm there.
I'm just wondering.
And then the other beer, Origin of Darkness, that I'm drinking, I'm going to say it's probably like eating Man-Thing. It's just like thick and tough to get through.
I'm going to say thick like a man thing.
Thick like a Man-Thing. Yeah. It doesn't taste bad, but it's just it wouldn't be my first choice after the beer I already had.
I will give my Schwarz beer from Ardent as dark as Satana's heart. Satana's heart.
Santana.
Dark as Satana's heart.
Dark as the heart of a black magic woman.
That's Satana's heart, dark as a black magic woman's heart.
It works, right?
Yeah. My senorita.
Cool. Well,
my Spanish Harlem senorita.
Mona Lisa.
Oh, is it Mona Lisa? Okay.
Spanish Harlem Mona Lisa. Rob Thomas on the vocals.
Started out a singer, ended up a bus.
Ended up a bus. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, but he bulked up for sure, living that rich life.
I don't blame him.
Rich rock star life. You gotta do it.
When you can drink 10.7% beer every night and get to hang out with Satana in Spanish Harlem.
Hell yeah. Well, this was a really fun show, and I'm gonna try to do the call outs because I haven't done them in a while. We'll see if I can do it.
Hit the post for us, kid.
I'm gonna hit the post. All right. So if you like the episode, and you want to send us an email about other things we want to do or you think we should do or other beers we should drink, the email is cbcopodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at cbco_podcast with, again, different show ideas, whatever you want, what you thought. Even if you just want to hit us up with, random stuff, we're cool with that. And then check out our cool pics on Instagram at comicbooks_cold ones. And again, like if you download the podcast and you like it, give us a 5-star rating, write a review. We really appreciate it.
Boogity, books, and Beer-Tober, bitches.